Hi, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well, hope you're having a great weekend, and as always, thank you for subscribing. So I'm going to be listening to another Ultravox track now. This one's from 1981, and it entered the UK Top 40 on about 7th of November, and I think it reached about number 16. So this is a revisit, and the one thing that kind of jumps out at me already is that knowing kind of vaguely what this song sounded like, I can't believe that this only kind of reached number 16. So I'm curious to kind of like find out what this song's about. Again, it's one of those that I never really kind of gave much consideration to. I was kind of too busy doing other stuff at the time. So this is Ultravox with a voice, and it's taken from the album Rage in Eden. So without further ado, I'm going to press play now. It's a good start. They love their clocks in Ultravox videos.
To me, I've heard them once before. I know that feeling. Stranger emotions of mind, changing the contours of mind. I've seen them once before. Someone cries to me. The look and the sound of the voice.
It's interesting. It's interesting how kind of people react to the media and what's in print. Clearly this was 81, so we didn't have social media. But it's really interesting that kind of even back then, 39 years ago, there is this idea that, you know, what kind of we see printed in newspaper or hear on the news, effectively it's kind of got that much power that it will direct us to a kind of a way of thinking about a certain subject or a certain person. And history many years down the line might kind of like show us that we were perhaps wrong in those feelings or thoughts about those people or those events. So it's interesting how our whole kind of like outlook can be kind of shaped by others. I guess we shouldn't always believe what we see and hear. Looks like he's going down.
Forceful and twisting again, wasting the perfect remains. I felt it once before, slipping over me.
I think it's really kind of interesting the imagery of I think it was a soldier probably being spoken to by his superior, and it was almost saying to him, you know, these are my words to you, and I'm going to persuade you to go over that wall and maybe kind of fight a battle on behalf of a cause that, you know, you might not be so clear about, but it's a power of persuasion as well through the voice.
say I'd lost it once before. Now it cries to me. Look at the sound of your voice. You try, you try. The shape and the power of the voice. It's strong tones. Look at the power of the voice. They try. The shape and the sound of the voice. It's strong tones. The shape and the power of the voice.
So it was Ultravox with The Voice from 1981, and it's a kind of really powerful video. I've never seen this video before, which is great. I kind of heard this record a couple of times in 81. But again, I'm really kind of surprised that it didn't do much better, because it's such a great track, and I loved the whole kind of nature of the kind of lyrical content of this, because it's kind of really powerful. It's quite repetitive, but when you kind of put it with a video, it kind of makes a lot more sense. It's about kind of like persuasion, really, and how people can get you to think a particular way, or persuade you to act in a particular way because of what they say, and it's really, really disturbing. And I suppose in my personal life, I have a few really good kind of trusted people that I know, and I know they haven't got any kind of ulterior motive. When I ask them a question, I'll get like a really kind of balanced answer. And I think, it's always kind of worth just listening to our friends and family before we listen to a complete stranger on television or over social media, because people have motives. There's always motives, and if it's powerful people, the motives are usually power and money, and that's what it kind of boils down to. So we have to be kind of very careful about the nature of how we perceive what people say, and we have to see the bigger picture in a longer game that they might be playing. And I think we can people can inspire as well with their voices. So when people do something kind of really good, when they inspire people, again, that's kind of really powerful. Powerful speeches, Martin Luther King, JF Kennedy. I kind of view these people as good people. But there's a few people, in this day and age that I kind of think basically they could talk all day, and they seem to kind of draw people in and polarize people, particular politicians. I won't go into that because I don't want to turn this into like a political kind of rant, but it's kind of fairly clear to see. And these politicians they know what they're doing, and even when they're questioned, they won't answer the question. But if they slip something in, they'll literally then end that conversation with, "But this is what you should remember." So they've just told you something really bad, but then they try to completely kind of change the nature of the conversation, and it's these little kind of subtleties in how people talk that it's kind of worth always looking out for these things, because we know when somebody's truthful and good, and when they're essentially they're clutching at straws, and maybe their overall motives in life aren't so kind of great. But yeah, for sure, when people say something powerful, it can move us. And sometimes it's not the amount of words they use or the tone of their voice. It's sometimes it's maybe they'll say something really short, powerful, or maybe they'll repeat the same thing a couple of times, and that kind of makes you kind of feel it's a bit more powerful than it is. So yeah, I really enjoyed this video. Another really atmospheric video from Ultravox, and it's that bit where it kind of transitions from verse up into the chorus, so it's feels very anthemic. It's like it's a kind of raising the emotional nature of the emphasis of what they're trying to say with their voice. Yeah, a really good video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please join me in the comments below. Tell me what you think of this track. And if you have any kind of further insights into kind of what you feel this video is about, then I'd be really happy to know. So until next time, take care of yourselves and have a great rest of the weekend, and I will speak to you all soon.